This is an add-on to the last one. Where we get ourselves into trouble is when we start to want to pull on that knot in the other person. Or, oh man, that's tough. Sorry, they're showing a few things. To say that same scenario, but then you insist upon it. So you're pouring more love onto them. Well, it burns even more, right? Or if you try to deny their lie, right? Tell them that they're lying to themselves. That hurts too. It's like until they ask or want it, if you pick up the rope, if you start playing tug of war, if you start going in there, you're then getting yourself tangled up, right? It's this idea of like everybody has to do their own work, and those that need assistance need to ask for it and seek it out, only until they can take the reins back themselves. With that being the conscious goal and awareness. That might be the best way I've said it. Meaning people can ask for help, they'll get help, and then they'll just stay, it's almost like on that feeding line forever. And if the teacher doesn't eventually kick them out, tell them they've graduated, you're on your own, good luck. Forcing them to do their own work, then they start enabling them and no longer teaching them or helping them, right? It's that idea of like kick the habit of laziness. And because it's doing you no good, it's not helping you. And got off topic there. Sorry, a lot of things have been flooding in this morning, and I'm just trying to apply a lot of them to this to this storyline. Yet I can't always do that. I suppose it just comes back to the same conclusion. It's like, don't get yourself off balance trying to get somebody else in balance. I think that's what we often do. It's like we'll buy into their lie. And it's not that we're even buying into their lie. We're playing into their lie in that we're participating in it in any way by picking up that rope. And in doing so, we get pulled out of our own alignment, where you just have to stay in your own alignment and set your own example. And then it just flows naturally. But as soon as you start, it's like you could stay in your own alignment and keep moving along, but if they keep tugging on you or nagging, but they're not asking for help, they're not anything, it's like you can start to lose your focus, right? Lose your alignment, lose your goal, because you're getting pulled away. So you have to be strong enough to keep your focus. And tell yourself the truth. They're strong enough, they're capable, they're making the choices they're making. And if they want something different, they have the power to choose something different. And so if they aren't utilizing their power to choose differently, then we have to make the assumption that's what they want, because they are powerful enough to make a different choice. Everybody is. So we often make the wrong assumption. We often say, oh, they can't possibly like that. Let me go help. Let me go change it. Excuse me. Do not pop into my bubble. I am very powerful. I do not need that assistance. If I need it, I will ask. Right? We have to make that assumption that everybody is that powerful. And when they're not, they can say, I need some assistance. Is there anybody willing to help me? And seeking out the correct assistance with the right goal in mind. I just need to get steady again, and then I'd like to be on my own, right? I'd like to be off and running. Okay. They just, I don't know if it's because I said off and running, but they just popped up an image in my mind. I was flipping through these photos yesterday. It's like a motivational Instagram post where it's these pictures they conjure up that have meaning behind them that I love. And there was one that said something like, it's something along the lines of something can be so beautiful and so powerful, but in the wrong place, it's useless. And it was this gorgeous car that was stuck in a shed all dusty and covered up with a bunch of other junk hidden away, and giving the implication that nobody even knew it was there. It was just lost in the wind. And so this beautiful, powerful, magical car was never seen or utilized in a way that it could have felt amazing, and the person driving it could have felt amazing. And I thought, God, that's such a good analogy for so many things and for so many of us, right? And it can be hard at times to determine that. And I guess it's like we just have to keep following what feels good. So they're roping a lot of different ones into this. They're showing that, I just don't know how to say that though. You know why I'm having a hard time saying it is because I feel like they are pulling on different, I don't know if they're like theories or beliefs or religions, and I just don't know them, but it's like more or less saying life cycles, I suppose. And every religion, belief, theory, all these have these different terms for life cycles, right? They just maybe verbalize it differently, but it's chunks of time in one's life. And sometimes you can figure it all out. It doesn't necessarily matter. Now you know something, in that if it is what it is, it is what it is. And so what now you know, right? So sometimes people can steady themselves with that knowing and make good use of their time, even if they are under the quote curse or under the life cycle or under the blockage of whatever it is. And so I really think I'm trying here. I think what they're attempting to show me is sometimes that car could be put in that shed for good reason and good purpose. It's almost like a timeout, but it's the idea of, because it has work to do on itself, you know, again, if we're using that like as a person. And so it's like that time for maturing, or that time for integration, or that time for lesson, or that time for I don't know what. I'm trying to get it out. They're trying to get me to say something else. It's like, it's wrong words, but it's like good thing or bad things can happen to good people. It's kind of like that, or at least it feels like that. It's something like that. It's like something like bad things happen to good people. It's something like that. I know I just can't hear you, and I'm not sure what that feeling is. It's like, it's not shit happens. It's not that as much as it's like, it's kind of that, but it's like, maybe it is that. It's like you just can't explain it, right? Like sometimes things will happen that you just can't explain. God, I love them. That's just really funny to me. But yeah, okay. And so like you just, even in those unsteady times, even in those uncertain times, the best thing we can offer ourselves is to love ourselves, to pour onto ourselves, to focus on our dreams and how we want our life to be ideally, and to take those inspired steps during that time, even if they continually are blocked, right? It's like, just keep trying, because sometimes it is the universe saying, try this, try this, try this, almost knowing you're not going to like it, but you don't know if you're going to like it or not. So sometimes you have to try it to determine whether you're going to like it or not. Now you know. Now you know, right? Before you didn't know. And so sometimes it's like, maybe it is like a training period, not necessarily a timeout as much as it's like a taste testing session, which isn't that all of life? Yet it's something about this. It's like sometimes it's amplified or intensified for when one doesn't know. This is so interesting how they're showing this. I can't get it out fast enough, as fast as they're showing it, to understand it all. It's like, oh God, please slow down. It's like they're showing it's like all balled into one, which to me it's just life, but they're showing there are like segments or time frames or cycles or like chunks where it's like you're supposed to be someplace, but at the same time, never that case. But you're not getting there fast enough, or you're not understanding, or you're missing it. You're missing it. And to me, that's because you're not present. So if you're not present, that does mean you're too scared to be in the present moment because of past experiences or future worry. And so it's almost like to shake that fear out of you, they like intensify a lot of things. I guess in the idea, in the hopes that you will catch up or keep up with speed, to take hold of it. And time slows for no one, right? Like even during this session that I'm trying to spit all this out, they're not slowing down for me. Catch up or miss it, right? Like good luck, kid. And it's like I'm trying my best to take the reins over here. And it's kind of that idea. It's like you do have to just keep practicing, right? But practice what you love, right? Like I love translating this. I love working with them. I love it. It's so fascinating to me. And I love how they teach me. And it's this idea of interpreting and translating and decoding, and it's just fun, right? And it's fun at the same time. It's important for me to learn and then integrate and then to activate in that I too utilize that wisdom. I too take advantage of it and go after it, right? And continually work on expanding my own dream and shaping my own desires and shaping my own wants and goals, and focusing on it and keeping myself steady all along the way, right? Because sometimes it is so easy, and other times there are things that will snag us or tug on us or attempt to pull us out of alignment or pull us away from our goal or our focus. And it's not always bad, right? Sometimes it's a redirection. Sometimes it's a lesson that you let something else pull you off your own path. Sometimes it's worth it in that you're like, oh, that's even better than I imagined. I didn't see that. That wasn't my intention, my goal, my aim, but it appeared and I like it and I like it better. And who knew? Had I known, right? And that's the idea. It's like the idea of all of life. Like, who knew? Had I known? Well, you didn't know. Now you do. What's your choice? You can make a different choice, but make sure you want that different choice, because you could go down those rabbit holes and be like, fuck. Now, how the fuck do I get back to where I was, right? Did somebody leave me breadcrumbs along the way? Can I figure it out? Can I walk my way back? Do I know? Do I want to go back, right? Or has this encouraged an entirely new path? Because that's essentially all we're ever doing. It is constantly changing our own path, our own dream based on our experiences, good, bad, or indifferent. And so it is careful. It's careful. You don't recognize how powerful your mind is and how important your choices are, because it's not to scare you, because it's not the idea of one wrong step, and yet that can happen. And so it's more the idea of, are you loving yourself? Are you coming from your heart space? Are you making this choice based on your heart's desire? Like, that's really what you would be so excited about. Like, that would excite you and delight you. Or are you making that choice based on an instant, based on a get, meaning a cheap get, meaning I'm going to do this because it's going to make them happy. And so I'm going to get that instant hit and satisfaction of pleasing another. That's a cheap get. It's not going to take you to your goal. And it's not truth and clarity, right? It's not honesty, right? It's looking to get. And so that's a fine line. I know that's such a fine line. That probably wasn't the best example right there. But it's just an easy, like, just so you can hear it, like, just make sure because when you're happy, when you're excited, when you're delighted, when you're lit up, when you're having fun, when you're on your path, when you're riding that wave, it's supposed to motivate and encourage others. Oh my God, they're bringing so much into this one. And that is the goal and the aim for all of us. And when others are motivated, encouraged, inspired, and jump on their own surfboard and ride that wave with you, or their own wave, it's fantastic. And you're still riding your wave, so you're just thrilled and happy over there. Yet does matter where you're riding your waves, right? You can crash into rocks in the wrong place. If you're not skilled or mastered, you can get sucked into different things here and there, and you slam into this or that. So, it is important that you're aware of yourself and your abilities and love yourself so much to learn and master more skills and or go to the right locations. They're roping in what they had shown earlier about, it was like somebody going to surf, and some people were inspired, but the more that person was there and surfing away and having the time of their life, although it motivated some and inspired some, and many tried, they weren't able to do it. And so it was like all new. It was like this weird vision where basically it was like a wonky world where nobody had ever heard of it, right? Like it was some like, and so eventually it was like everybody got mad at this person and thought they were showing off, right? Just because they were having fun. And so it was like the wrong place for them to also surf, right? Like you thought you were going in to motivate and excite and delight, and not even. It wasn't even meant for that. They just happened to be walking by with their surfboard and jumped out. You know what I mean? Like they just happened to be having a blast. But they weren't aware that nobody else there knew how to surf, and they were pissed off eventually, right? Again, it was like in the beginning, it seemed like a mixed bag, but then everybody just seemed to be angry because they couldn't get up on the board themselves. They couldn't do it themselves. And instead of being like, that's fucking awesome, can you teach us, or any of these things? No, they tried to, tear this one down. It's like the idea of the evil eye. And I'm butchering this message, but it was something along those lines where it was, I think it was more like the message where they've shown in the past, where it's like, you don't want to be, this is why there's all these lessons in one, right? Like you have to be able to balance it all out, because you never know where people are coming from, but don't put yourself in danger either. In that, it's like a rich person walking into a severely impoverished area, but they're dripping in diamonds and watch and gold and all this stuff. And it's like, what do you think's going to happen? Right? It's not even, you can't even blame or fault the people that are so deprived. They're starving and they see you dripping and all of that. What do you think they're going to do? Of course, they're going to want to rip it off of you and take it from you, because they're in dire need of it. And you're walking around as if it grows on trees. And so it's like, you need to be wise. You need to understand who you're around when, and it's like, understand all those dynamics. It's just life, right? But some of us don't learn those lessons. And this is an obvious lesson, right? Like that's a very clear one that people can make sense of. But if you think about it, people do it all the time. Like if you come from an area or a neighborhood where it's even well off, right? Or if it's even whatever. But if you go into another area where it's better, or that's not even, they're saying not even that. Say you grow up in an impoverished community and you, quote, get out, right? You love yourself so much that you do better. You figure out a way to utilize your skills and make something of yourself, fill your dreams, you're focusing on all these things. And yet you still love all your friends and you still live in that community and you still do all this stuff. It's like you then can become the target, where some people might be proud of you and love you and want to still be friends with you and engage in your, like you want them to engage in your wellness also, right? Like you share with them and this and that. But others, it's that idea, think you're showing off or want to tear you down, or like, how dare you get out? How dare you show off? So it's like they don't have that mentality of motivation or inspiration. They don't have that mentality of, wow, you did it, so can I. It becomes more of an envious thing or an anger thing, because they're lying to themselves. Because their internal voice is saying, I can't do it. And how dare you think you can do it? No, you can't get back down here with us. And it's that idea of gossiping and spreading lies and evil eye and everything else. And people can feel that stuff. And hear that stuff, that whisper down the lane, and it's hurtful, and it can tear down one's all they accomplished, right? And then it's that Schadenfreude, right? And then that evil eye sender is thrilled to death when they see you. It's like they feel like they're powerful now because they tore you down, right? It's that idea of they have to tear down to feel powerful, right? They don't know how to build up because they can't build themselves up. They don't love themselves. And that's why it's always the work for all of us to love ourselves for both ends of that story, right? The person who has the evil eye giver needs to clearly do some internal work and love themselves and see why they're lying to themselves, why they're telling themselves they're not good enough and worthy. Why the hell would they be lying to themselves? And it's because they probably have come into a lot of blockages because it's not easy to get up and out. But then when they recognize that, they can realize, wow, and that other person did. So not only am I sorry I thought those things, but I should have encouraged them because shit, it's hard. I wish somebody would encourage me because now they feel everybody clawing at them. And so they recognize it's hard. And the person who they clawed at, if it was successful and they got yanked back down, needs to see that too and love themselves and determine, where did I stop loving myself? When did I want to start pleasing them and making them happy because I thought they had to be happy to leave me alone? Well, that'll never end, right? That people pleasing will never, ever end, right? So if you start pleasing all of them, you stop pleasing you and you get out of your own alignment and then you're right back down there. So you weren't loving you, right? And you're no longer the motivation. Now you're no longer the inspiration. Now you're the sad story that couldn't get out either. Once got out and lost it all, right? We're all examples and warnings of all these storylines forever and a day. We're all playing them out in big dynamics and small dynamics. So it's like, don't just take that as a story because it can be applied to your life in some way, form, or fashion, right? That's why it's like sometimes we get sucked into the story itself and then take a breath and realize I'm happy that it's not us. And then yet at the same time, it's like, oh, but I can apply that here and here and here. And I'm stepping out of my own alignment here and here and here, right? And so it's more of a story to get you to relax and see the truth of it for your own story and your own alignment. All right, you can see I'm going to bAbBLE mode and we got 22 minutes in. I could go for another 6 hours. Let's stop. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.